Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at how ternary operator works in Java. So here I have a program which reads in a number from the user and it returns the absolute value of the number. I'm going to show you how it works. Run it. It asks for a number. I enter 2. So it says the absolute value is 2. If I enter another number, a -3, hit enter, it says the absolute value of -3 is 3. When I want to quit, I just say quit, and the program ends. So let's take a quick look at the code. Here I have a do-while loop, and I'm reading in the integer number. I store it into my integer input value here. So basically, this method, the scan method, reads in the integer, and then it returns the integer. It returns I as the integer that is being read in, and it stores that into this variable, the input variable. After that, I check to see if the input is not null. Then I would do this. I would call a method to get the absolute value of the input, and then I just print out the original number entered by the user, and I print out the absolute value of that number. And it's in a while loop, it's in a do while loop, so it's gonna keep on going until the input is null. Then it's not gonna do this. It's gonna skip this part when the input is null, and it's gonna exit the while loop. Alright, so that's how the program works. This method here is just for scanning in the integer, and this method here just check to see if the integer value that is being passed in here, if it's less than 0, then it's gonna multiply the value by -1 to make it a positive number and just return the number. So when it returns the number, it's gonna go into whatever variable that you set this method equal to. Alright, so that's how it works using a method. Now, for today's lesson, we're gonna look into the ternary operator. So here, I'm gonna comment this out, and I'm gonna replace it with and let me uncomment this. I'm gonna replace this with input less than 0. So this is my condition. And then I'm gonna put in a question mark. If it's less than 0, then I want to multiply the input by -1. Else means that input is greater than 0, then I just want to return the input. So basically here, what you have here is you have 3 different expressions. The first expression is a Boolean expression. So this is expression 1. And it's just return a value, either true or false. If it's true, it's gonna execute expression 2. So this is expression 2. If it's false, if expression 1 is false, it's gonna execute expression 3. Alright, so this is basically just like an if then else statement. This is the if condition. If it's true, it's gonna execute this then. Otherwise, if it's false, it's gonna execute the else part. The only thing is for the ternary operator, expression 2 and expression 3 must return the same type of variable. So if it's an integer, they both have to be integer, because the value of either expression 2 or expression 3 is going to be stored into this value right here, into the integer apps. So both of this has to be integer in this case, because apps is integer. All right, so let's take a look to see how this works. So I have commented out this part where we call the absolute value method, and I can comment it out down here too, because we're not using that anymore. We're using the ternary operator in Java, which is this line right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna run this. It says please enter a number. If I put in 1, it says the absolute value of 1 is 1. If I put in -3, it says the absolute value is 3. And if I put in 0, it should be 0. Okay, everything looks good. Quit, and the program ends. And everyone, that's our lesson for today. If this is your first time watching this, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. That would really help us a lot. Thank you, everyone.